Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the silent procession.
Good afternoon. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the university community, we offer our sincere condolences to His Majesty the King and the royal family. As a mark of respect at this sad time, Jay Blades, MBE, and the university has made the decision to postpone Jay's investiture as Chancellor that was due to take place at this morning's ceremony. Jay conveys his sincere apologies for also not being able to attend this afternoon. Certain elements of the ceremony will be a little different today. And in these circumstances, we recognise that many of you may not wish to celebrate this afternoon, but we also recognise that many will wish to celebrate, and we respect that you will make your own choice. I now declare this degree congregation and award ceremony open. It's wonderful to see you all here today as we celebrate the achievements of this graduating cohort. We are very proud of all that you have achieved. I am Professor Rachel Cragg, the university's Senior Pro-Vice-Chancellor, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today. I am joined on stage by a number of colleagues. At the centre of the stage is Professor Nick Braisby, the university's Vice-Chancellor. To the Vice-Chancellor's right is Maggie Galliers, our Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the University Council, which is the university's governing body. And closer to me, we have Professor Paul Morgan, the university's Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Student Experience, and Jess Bradbury from the Students' Union, and a council member, Jackie Westway. At the end of the row, we have Margaret Rioga, Head of Practice Learning for Health and Social Care, and Dr. Julia Williams, Deputy Head of School, and Ian Harper, the Commercial and Business Development Director, and Dr. Michael Hipkins, who will later be receiving an honorary doctorate in this ceremony. The remaining members of the platform party are members of staff from the School of Nursing, Midwifery and Allied Health. Now, we want this to be a family celebration and recognise that it can be a little hard going for some of the younger members of our audience. Parents and carers, please do not worry if youngsters choose to participate. After all, they are our students of the future. I would now like to invite Maggie Galliers, Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the University Council, to say a few words.
Before I begin my speech welcoming you all to the university, we would like to offer everyone an opportunity to observe a 2-minute silence. I suggest we all remain seated and take this time to reflect. Thank you. Honoured guests, graduands, family and friends, I'm very pleased as Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the University Council to welcome you to this wonderful milestone in BNU's calendar as we celebrate the achievements of our students. During this special and important week for our university community, more than 2,500 graduands will be awarded their degrees and qualifications. And I can't let this opportunity go by without saying how proud of you we all are, how we applaud the way you have overcome obstacles and been resilient at a particularly challenging time for the world. You have done something that not everyone can do, and I know you will not stop here, but will go on learning and will continue to make a positive impact in the world, in your work, within your family, and in wider society. I'm also very aware that on a day like this, although it is somewhat more sombre than we might have expected, it is not only our graduands who deserve recognition. Alongside them, I pay tribute to the friends, family, and university staff who have done so much to ensure that they have had the skills, confidence, and opportunity to succeed. This is, of course, a time for us to celebrate all that our students have achieved. But it's also a time to wish them well as they embark on the next stage of their lives. This is not the full stop at the end of a book. It is the start of a new chapter. In a fast-changing environment, BNU has prepared them to embrace new challenges and opportunities, and we look forward to hearing about what their future brings. Shortly, I will have the chance to congratulate each of this year's graduands as they cross the platform, and that for me is both a real privilege and a real pleasure. I hope that you will enjoy the ceremony and that I have the chance to meet at least some of you as we continue to celebrate throughout the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the University's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nick Braisby.
Thank you very much, Rachel. I want to begin by paying a tribute to our much-loved Queen Elizabeth II. She was the longest-serving monarch in British history and the second longest reigning monarch in all history. Born in 1926, she was, of course, the daughter of the Duke of York, later King George V, and the Duchess of York, later Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. She first called herself Lilibet, a name that stuck over the years, as did her early interests in horses, in dogs, and of course her great sense of duty. People of all generations will remember her with great affection. My mum, for example, remembers as a little girl being greatly impressed by the young Princess Elizabeth's example as she served in the Auxiliary Territorial Service, training as a driver and a mechanic. And of course, on VE Day, she and her sister Margaret mingled incognito with crowds on the streets. 2 years later, she married His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. I cannot fairly summarize her life as a monarch, but as you will know, she came to the throne in 1952 on her father's death, and then reigned as monarch for 70 years and 214 days. During the 50s, 60s, and 70s, her reign saw the increasing decolonization of the British Empire and the self-government of independent nations. In addition to the United Kingdom, she was queen of 14 other Commonwealth realms. And of course, she led and cherished the Commonwealth of Nations, seeing it grow to its current association of 56 member states. We will all have our own personal memories of how the Queen has affected us. Many of us today will feel we have lost a member of our family. And how could it be otherwise? For she has been the backdrop to all of our stories. I remember seeing her drive past, at some speed, when I was a young boy in Swansea during the Silver Jubilee in 1977. You might remember her Golden Jubilee in 2002, the year she lost her dear sister and mother. Or perhaps you'll remember 2012, the year which marked her Diamond Jubilee, and in which she opened the London Olympics and starred, if you remember, alongside Daniel Craig, James Bond, apparently jumping from a helicopter and parachuting into the Olympic Stadium. Or you may remember her Platinum Jubilee, marked earlier this year, in which we finally learnt the contents of her handbag, a marmalade sandwich, just like Paddington. Despite our different memories, and perhaps the different positions we may take on the principle of a constitutional monarchy, I think we will all hold cherished memories of the Queen. She was, I believe, the finest example of professionalism and of selfless dedication to duty that we will ever see. At this time, we offer our most sincere condolences to His Majesty the King and the royal family. They are in our thoughts and our prayers. God save the King. Now, let us turn our attention to our graduands. For today is their day. To you all, I offer my very sincere and heartfelt congratulations. We are enormously proud to celebrate your achievements and offer you our very best wishes for the future. I hope you will approach the next exciting phase of your lives with the confidence that your dedicated study means you have the knowledge, the skills, and the understanding to help make a real difference to society. On the way, you've worked hard, you've overcome many challenges, and you've now achieved success. And you will have benefited from the support of many people in helping you reach your goals, people who have been there for you when you needed them. As Oprah Winfrey once said, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo. What you want is someone who will ride the bus with you when the limo breaks down. So, to say thank you to those who rode the bus with you, first I would like to pay a heartfelt tribute to all of the staff of the university. I know they always go the extra mile for their students, work tirelessly to support them and ensure their success, and they have risen superbly to the task, despite the additional challenges of the last couple of years. So can I ask you all now to join me, please, in sincerely thanking the staff of the university. Thank you very much. But you could not have succeeded either without the support of your friends, your family, and your loved ones. So, without losing your hats, can I please ask all the graduates to stand up, to turn around 180 degrees, find those in the audience whose love and support has helped you succeed, and give them a cheer and a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please take a seat. Now, the university always strives to do the right thing by our students, our staff, and our communities. But our society faces many challenges, especially continuing and sometimes increasing inequality. Inequality challenges us all. Perhaps it's the defining challenge of our time. As Martin Luther King has said, our ultimate measure is not where we stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where we stand at times of challenge and controversy. 70 years ago, in 1952, the world faced a choice whether or not to respect the identity of sexual minorities. That year, the American Psychiatric Association published its first manual of mental disorders. It classified being gay as a sociopathic personality disturbance. In the UK in 1957, the Wolfenden Report was published, commissioned some years earlier on the premise that being gay could not be regarded as an illness. However enlightened this view may have seemed at the time, it took a further 10 years before the government of the day implemented the Wolfenden Report's recommendations. And it was not until 1973 that the American Psychiatric Association voted that being gay was not a mental disorder after all. Even then, 40% of their members voted it was. Now, I came out as gay in 1989 when I was 24, having spent my childhood and adolescence being aware of my difference, but being unable to accept it. I spent many years in turmoil, wrestling with my identity, hoping to square the circle of accepting I was gay whilst rejecting all that society said was bad about me. Now, of course, that turmoil ended when I finally accepted being gay and recognized that the many stereotypes of LGBTQ+ people were false, damaging, and wrong. So I very warmly welcome the progress that has been made since 1952. It's right, for example, that my husband and I are no longer considered mentally ill simply because of who we are. But I also know from my own personal experience there is still an enormous amount of progress yet to be made. I lament, for example, the plight of members of our trans community, some of the bravest people I've ever met, with much current discourse marginalising this marginalised community still further. And across the globe, according to Human Rights Watch, at least 69 countries have laws criminalising same-sex relations, and at least 9 criminalise forms of gender expression that target transgender and gender non-conforming people, with sentences ranging from fines to life imprisonment and even the death penalty. Now, you might ask why a university vice-chancellor should be so worried about challenges such as these. There are many voices in the media that claim universities are subject to woke obsessions. I find those discussions remarkably simplistic, but I think it is important that universities rise to the challenge of explaining why they do what they do and why they care about the things they care about. Universities are institutions of learning in which we strive always to better understand the human, social, and natural world in which we live. We're focused on uncovering truth and developing knowledge, in applying reason and logic, and in seeking evidence that will confirm or refute standpoints. But truth does not come only from certain kinds of people. It does not come only from the wealthy or only from the poor. It does not respect social class, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, age, or disability. We must look for and prize insight and understanding wherever they may be found. So it is because universities care passionately about advancing human knowledge, about finding solutions to our deepest questions and challenges, that we encourage everyone, regardless of background, to achieve their full potential. Let me give you an example of a little boy, Arthur, who wanted to be an engineer. He was born in St. Lucia in 1915 to George and Ida Lewis, both school teachers, who had moved to St. Lucia from Antigua some years earlier. Now, as a young boy, Arthur suffered illness, and for some months he was schooled at home by his father. But sadly, when Arthur was just 7, his father George died, leaving Ida to raise their 5 children alone. Arthur was incredibly gifted, so much so that when he returned to school, he was placed in a class 2 years ahead. At the age of 14, he left school to work as a clerk, though he hoped one day to take his university entrance exam. And at the age of 17, he succeeded, winning a scholarship to attend the London School of Economics, the first black student to do so. But Arthur no longer knew what to study. As he himself said, the British government imposed a colour bar in its colonies, so young blacks went in only for law or medicine, where they could make a living without government support. I wanted to be an engineer, but this seemed pointless, since neither the government nor the white firms would employ a black engineer. Well, Arthur completed his studies, and then he won a further scholarship to take his PhD, and then in 1938, he was given his first 1-year teaching job. Even then, his teaching was restricted because of the fear that students would not wish to be taught by a black member of staff. In fact, Arthur recounted being subjected to all the usual disabilities: refusal of accommodation, denial of jobs for which he'd been recommended, generalized discourtesy, and the rest. Despite all the challenges he faced, all the reasons he might not have succeeded, Arthur Lewis was an enormous success. He became Britain's first black lecturer, and then its first black professor. He went on to work for the United Nations. He advised both African and Caribbean governments. He became the first Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies. And in 1963, he was knighted by Her Majesty the Queen. He was the first black person to hold a full professorship at Princeton University, and in 1979, he became the first black recipient of a Nobel Prize for Economics. In fact, the only black recipient of a Nobel Prize outside of the disciplines of peace or literature. When I think of the example of Arthur Lewis, I see the fulfillment of extraordinary potential, but how easily it could have been otherwise. Had he set his sights lower, had he not worked so hard or been so determined, had he succumbed to the racism of the day, had universities such as LSE and Manchester failed to overcome their own institutional racism, how different his life could have been. And how easily the world could have been denied the benefit of his wisdom and insight, perhaps never to learn from the famous Lewis model of developing economies. Arthur himself was said to have been enamored with education, believing it was the way in which individuals and societies realize their ambitions. I wholeheartedly agree. It is perhaps the abiding and unshakable belief of all who work in universities. So for me, as a university leader, addressing deep inequalities is not a woke obsession, but a requirement for ensuring our society develops the best possible understanding of the world in which we live, so that we can collectively address our most serious and pressing challenges. Arthur rose to overcome his challenges, and universities will do the same. But I say to you all, graduands and guests, friends and supporters, universities need your help in doing so. Never in my lifetime have I known so many prominent voices express such hostility towards the values of higher education and towards individual universities. This discourse can only serve falsely to erode confidence in our public universities and threaten to undermine the good work that we do. The university's governing body, the entire staff of the university, myself, we work tirelessly on behalf of you all, aiming to enrich society by adding to the stock of human knowledge and experience and enabling our students to reach their full potential. So, I respectfully ask that when you hear unfair criticism of universities, please challenge it. Tell people of some of the wonderful things happening every day in our universities. And I hope you'll support us too by continuing to engage with us and our work. Now, to our graduands, I hope in the next stage of your journeys, you will go forward with a deep sense of optimism that the challenges you will face, perhaps including the ones I've mentioned, can indeed be overcome. It will take hard work and determination. There may be some who do not expect or want you to succeed, but one thing is sure. You can be confident. You have the knowledge, the skills, and the understanding, as well as the tenacity and determination to rise to these challenges and defend the values that have enabled you to succeed. As the Dalai Lama has said, with realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. Now, the university is highly skilled at rising to the challenges it faces, and today we celebrate many successes we've enjoyed over the past year. We improved our performance in the latest Research Excellence Framework, 44% of our research being judged either world-leading or internationally excellent. The university experienced its third consecutive rise in the Guardian University Guide, having climbed 44 places. And we also climbed 43 places to rank 11th in What Uni's University of the Year. And we continued to play our part in addressing inequality. We became one of only 20 UK universities to pledge to develop a Student Futures Manifesto, responding to issues caused by the pandemic. We were the first university to sign up to the government-sponsored scheme to prevent the inappropriate use of non-disclosure agreements. We introduced new scholarships to provide financial support and a place of safety for asylum seekers and refugees. And we became one of only a handful of universities formally to adopt the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Gypsyism and anti-Roma discrimination. And finally, in May of this year, we announced that this morning in fact, we would have been appointing Jay Blades as the university's very first Chancellor. It is, of course, with very great sadness that Jay himself is unable to be with us. But as you know, we've postponed his investiture as a mark of respect to His Majesty the King and the royal family. Now, in the past year, the School of Nursing and Allied Health achieved some notable successes. The school conducted research into the challenges of learning new terminology, created a successful short course which has significantly improved students' ability to understand medical terminology, and now the school is actively working in collaboration with the University School of Creative and Digital Industries on the creation of a medical terminology mobile app. The school introduced new programs, including a Master's in Nursing and a new undergraduate program in Midwifery. We were delighted that David Rawcliffe, a senior lecturer in mental health, was awarded the title of Educator of the Year at a glittering ceremony for the Student Nursing Times Awards. The school has played a key role in the development of our Aylesbury campus, which will house new virtual reality technology to expand simulation facilities, and a new Centre of Excellence for Digital Health, in collaboration with our partner NHS trusts and with the Bucks Health and Social Care Academy. And lastly, the school was enormously successful in this year's National Student Survey, with mental health being ranked third best in the UK for overall satisfaction, and adult nursing being ranked 10th best across all questions in the survey. Now, the school and university will continue to enjoy many successes in the years to come, and we will always strive to do the right thing by our students, our staff, and our communities. And as we rise to our challenges, you can be sure that you have every warm wish, support, and encouragement from this university in meeting the challenges that you face. Your involvement with the university does not stop. You are members of the BNU family, and we hope you'll remain active in our Alumni Association and consider coming back to study with us once again. So it only remains for me to offer you again my very sincerest and most heartfelt congratulations. Very, very well done.
Thank you, Nick. So, we've now arrived at the part of the ceremony that you've been waiting for, where we confer awards to our graduating students. In a moment, you will enter the stage to my left as graduands. You will then walk across the stage and doff your hat or shake hands with the Pro-Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor. You'll then exit the stage to my right as graduates. And whilst you do this, the audience will clap and celebrate your achievements. The Head of Practice Learning for Health and Social Care will now present graduands from programmes in the School of Nursing and Allied Health.
Vice-Chancellor and Chancellor, I present to you the persons here today and those graduating in absentia to be admitted to the degrees of postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate, Bachelor of Science and foundation degree. Postgraduate diploma nursing, adult with NMC registration. Aitohan Akande. Ambibola Aleje. Stella Noor Bassi. Christine Bandu. Gifty Mensah. Ord Mokampage Ob. Joan No Stefang. Anam Rana. Joyce Rita Mabesia. Nana Salvi Thanaraju. Mandira Thapa. Barbara Wilson. Postgraduate Diploma, Nursing, Mental Health with NMC registration. Matilda Amoha. Priscilla Ampadu. Linda Atajam Humphrey. Enes Berov Jeb Akapenyi. John Dumba. Sikanile Dube. Joe Afosa. Augustine Gorajena. Ikra Majid. Tapiwa Mokore. Nikita Narad. Vanessa Nakonda. Larry Oguabaye Oguabaye. Tara Singh. Doreen Tapera. Foundation degree, Science, Assistant Practitioner. Martha Marembo. Henry Ojimogo. Foundation degree, Science, Assistant Practitioner, Higher Apprenticeship. Roxanne Acosta. Muriel Ameyo. Edriri Anunu. Shabera Begum. Hannah Dearman. Sahid Elahibokas. Diane Ferreira de Oliva. Scott Tomlins. Edgar Vasquez. Carolyn Lynch. Robin Lee Pantazis. Bilikis Yusuf. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Adult with NMC registration, Olivia Agu. Kulthum Ahainai. Khadija Ali. Aisha Arshad. Yasu Banda. Fatima Karidadi. Lisa Connell. Shannon Devine. Kathleen Dimalugan. Joel Dimango. Mona Abraham. Kelly Fernandez. Julianne Frills. Ajet Garcia. Nyarai Gondo. Nadia Gonçalves. Nalina Gurung. Juwera Hassan. Carrie Ann Hines. Cynthia Ispali. Shauna Jacks. Tamara Luhanga. Annie Malek. Margaret Matarise. Agnes Mellin. Monifa Morgan. Keti Mutonga. Sekuru Mukantie. Claire Mulissa. Idban Mugani. Mary Nakicho. Immaculate Namanje. Damien Nathaniel. Oliver Navarro. Olivia. Alice Nakwa. Uchenna Okulu. Kate Orr. Caroline Omolo. Lydia Osiyeboa. Ifoma Lillian Osowagu. Oluwakemi Oyuwate. Basha Rai. Kimberly Rees. Danielle Ryan. Norma Thangsang Savanu. Sakina Sept. Alicia Shah Stretha. Seth Soriano. Sachina Suna. Terry Taylor. Michaela Tobin. Laura Trainer. Alexandra Terezenska. Monica Terezenska. Elaine Sitivoka. Wei Yang. Laura Kate Lee Outcates. This concludes the first half of presentation of awards.
So congratulations to everyone who has crossed the stage so far to become a BNU graduate. We are now going to pause the Students' Awards for a moment to present our Honorary Award, and I'm pleased to welcome Ian Harper, the University's Commercial Director, to introduce today's recipient.
Dr. Michael Hipkins has dedicated his life to public service, especially within the higher education sector, a sector to which he has left a significant and lasting legacy. His record as an academic is distinguished. Having completed an undergraduate degree in the Department of Physics at Imperial College, he then undertook a PhD at the same institution. He studied optical studies into the primary processes of photosynthesis, his research being examined by no less than the Nobel laureate Sir George Porter, awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1967. Michael completed his PhD in 1976 and conducted postdoctoral work just outside Paris in the prestigious Centre National de la Recherche Scientifique. He then moved to Glasgow University, publishing, establishing a research group, and lecturing on plant physiology. Michael was then seconded to the Department for Education as a research advisor to the research councils, and 2 years later joined the civil service. Here he was to begin another highly distinguished career. He devised and implemented England's first educational voucher scheme for preschool education. Michael also has the unusual distinction of having created a criminal offence, as he outlawed corporal punishment in schools for the under fives. In 1997, Michael established a longitudinal survey looking at outcomes for children in different forms of preschool education, ensuring that policy could be based on solid evidence. In a report in 2010, it was described as a groundbreaking project, the largest European study of the impact of early years education and care on children's developmental outcomes. Dame Gillian Pugh said of the project, "Seldom, if ever, in any area of public policy, can a research project have had such a strong impact on policy and practice." Michael continued his distinguished civil service career by moving into higher education. First at the Department for Education, then at the short-lived Department for Innovation, Universities and Skills, and finally to the Department for Business Innovation and Skills. After 16 years working in higher education and having finished his civil service career as Director for Student Support, among other achievements, Michael also created the Office of the Independent Adjudicator, created the Arts and Humanities Research Council, led policy development for the introduction of variable tuition fees, and assumed responsibility for the student loan budget of £3.5 billion with oversight of the Student Loans Company. Alongside this aspect of his career, Michael also supported the higher education sector in other ways. He served on the governing bodies of 2 UK universities. He served for 6 years at the University of Bath, chairing the Audit Committee and focusing on widening participation and on gender equality as a member of the Equality and Diversity Committee. At Buckinghamshire New University, Michael gave selflessly of his time, knowledge and expertise for 10 years, culminating in his skillful chairmanship of the university's council. During his tenure, he oversaw the university's transformation programme, the creation and implementation of Impact 2022, our university strategy, and left a strong and robust governing body on stepping down as chair in July 2021. Michael also chaired Buckinghamshire Education Skills and Training, an innovative joint venture between the university and Buckinghamshire College Group, which ultimately saw the opening of our state-of-the-art satellite campus in Aylesbury. Michael has also made significant contributions to his local community. He has served on the Board of Governors for the Woking High School Academy Trust, helping to develop the school strategy and taking a particular interest in the achievement of Pakistani students. Finally, for the past 10 years, Michael has been an active volunteer for the Citizens Advice Bureau, committing every Friday, often more, to helping people, including overcoming debt. Michael has an abiding passion for helping people to improve themselves. Stemming from his deep personal integrity and sense of duty, he has consistently given back to individuals, to his community, and to society. He has played a key role in positively changing higher education in the UK and leaves a substantial and lasting legacy. We are enormously proud to be associated with Michael and thank him profusely for his dedication and support to Buckinghamshire New University. We very much look forward to continuing our association for many years to come. Vice-Chancellor. Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor. For his unstinting support to education, to higher education, to his community and to this university in particular, I am delighted to present to you Dr. Michael Hipkins for the award of Honorary Doctorate.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, thank you to the University for the award of an honorary doctorate, and to Ellie Smith and Nick Braesbury for the citation and for Ian for reading it out. I'm delighted to accept this award and look forward to supporting the University in its mission to make a positive impact and to transform the lives of its students. Now, as you've just heard, I spent much of my career in and around higher education, and during that time I visited universities across the country, and I learned what a good university looks like. It looks like this university, self-confident and comfortable in its own skin, offering opportunities which might otherwise be closed, working closely with employers, with vocationally relevant courses, with dedicated staff, like those sitting on the stage behind me, together with all the others who provide such a wide range of academic and technical support. And let's not forget an award-winning Students' Union. But equally important, a good university, like this one, has a set of values. And the values of Bucks New are close to my own, and I count myself lucky to have been associated with this institution. And that's why this honorary degree means so much to me. But today, the important people are sitting in front of me. Can I say to all of you, well done. Congratulations for completing your courses successfully. All your hard work, the late nights, the inevitable moments of self-doubt, the support from your friends and families who are here celebrating with you, and the help and guidance from your lecturers, tutors and others, it's all finally come together. You have achieved something special, distinctive and worthwhile. And let's not forget you're part of the COVID generation whose resilience and fortitude were sorely tested. You should all be proud of yourselves. On occasions like this, it's customary to offer today's graduates some sage advice drawn from a lifetime's experience. But a greybeard like me will have difficulty translating my experience into the world you will face. Because, as we were all reminded yesterday, one thing is constant and perennial, and that is change. It's hard now to believe that when I began work in an analog age, there were no mobile telephones, just 3 television channels, no laptops, no social media, no broadband. We've come a long way, and I leave it to you to judge whether it's all for the better. But is there anything to cling to in this whirligig of change? I want to give you 3 thoughts to consider, which I hope will help you navigate the future. So the first thought, and you'll have heard this before, but it doesn't make it any less true. It will be easier to face new challenges if you keep learning. Your award today is a milestone, and a very significant milestone. But milestones mark the distance traveled, not the end of the road. And to link with that, stay curious. Let me illustrate that, what I mean by that. As you grow older, you mainly experience loss, hair, teeth, memory. But you do gain a really useful thing, which is a bus pass. And not only can you travel free, but you also have great opportunities to eavesdrop. And I was in a bus recently, traveling to the railway station, and there was a mother and her daughter, aged about 3, I suppose. The little girl was looking out of the window and turned to her mother and said, "Mummy, are we still in the town?" And her mother said, "Yes." And then the little girl said, "Why?" And I thought, now there's a really interesting question. That little girl doesn't know about it, but she's asking about the underpinnings of urban geography. So my advice is stay like that little girl. Challenge received wisdom, tackle dogma, and confront lazy thinking. Second, know yourself. And that's not about your shoe size, and it's not about your star sign. It's about developing and adopting a set of personal values which will help you make decisions, help you interact with others, and when you're faced with a dilemma, help you make the right choices. Values are based on your education, politics, philosophy, as well as your life experience. Questions will change over time, but values, your values, because they're personal to you, will be timeless. But I can't tell you what your values should be. You will learn what they are because you will see them in people that you admire. And the other side of that coin is also true. The conduct of others will show you what values to reject. Third, don't forget history. The American philosopher and writer George Santayana summed it up neatly. He said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." I wish I could be confident that your issues will be different from those of my generation. But I fear that on top of the new and testing challenges you will face, you will need to refight for some issues, mainly social changes, I suspect, that my generation thought completely settled. So take the time to look back and to consider what went before. More likely than not, you will find something helpful. But guided by your education here and elsewhere, your critical thinking, your values, and your knowledge of history, I'm convinced that you will use your wisdom, ingenuity, and determination to overcome whatever challenges are thrown at you. Congratulations to all of you that are graduating today. You should be very proud of your achievements. I wish each of you every success for the future.
Congratulations, Michael, and thank you for those inspiring words. We are now going to make the award for the most inspiring tutor in the School of Nursing, Midwifery and Allied Health. I invite Dr. Julia Williams to announce the name. When she does so, could the member of staff please come forward to receive their award?
Thanks, Rachel. The Most Inspiring Tutor Award is made to the academic member of staff who has motivated students to be successful in their studies. The students here today have submitted nominations for their Most Inspiring Tutor, and the award is made on the basis of their recommendations. Comments made by the students about today's winner include, "This person is an excellent explainer. They take time to make sure that we all understand and are moving with the pace of the course. This person's lectures are very inspiring, and they are incredibly knowledgeable and want us to all benefit from their experience and expertise." Vice-Chancellor and Chancellor, I'm very pleased to present to you the award for Most Inspiring Tutor to Geeta Lamichan.
Congratulations, Geeta. Very well deserved. So we now return to the part of the ceremony where we confer awards on our graduating students. The Head of Practice Learning, Margaret Ryoga, will now continue with the presentation of graduands.
Thank you. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Adult with NMC Registration, Apprenticeship. Kelly Ann Allen. Carlito Basic. Shannon Davies. Emily Doyle Gibbons. John Kusi. Bernardino Lorenzo. Kelly McCormack. Beth Nolan. Peter Orovak. Nadira Satikova. Lauren Taylor. Deanna Lee Walton. Alice Whiteman Turrell. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Children's with NMC registration. Mersal Asilami. Belinda Asomangi. Georgie Ball. Kaylin Cummings. Ebony Glanville. Rhoda Hassan. Poonam Kapoor. Aisha Khalid. Sarah Cahill. Vera Joy Mendoza. Najma Nur. Kiruthika Sandra Kaz. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Mental Health with NMC registration. Fumilayo Bello. Margaret Ruvimbo Chinyanyanga. Georgina Damoha. Fanshaw G. Benula Ola. Augustine Graham. Oluwedimalayo Kashman Oluwatosin. Rizwana Kalsi. Megan McCabe. Kalumba Mithi. Tendai Muzira. Maha Naigi. Benom Diwalana. Olaji Ojo. Temitope Shogulu. Tej Takuri. Arlene Villarreal. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Mental Health with NMC registration apprenticeship. Olieta Bocci. Blessing Ijembe. Rupinda Sindhu. Eleanor Trow. Foundation degree, Science, Nursing Associate, Ivan Abrishami. Vicky Allen. Jessica Fuchs. Jane Frankis. Ankiele Jayola. Sarah Jayol. Christina Kaziololand. Carolina Kulminska. Johnson Keswa. Morris Garu. Natisha Russell. Carolyn Simmons. Catherine Tengwana. Sally Williams. Bachelor of Science in Operating Department Practice, Hannah Bowley. Renee Garvey. Hadija Kayuki. Fur'at Khan. Filsan Kasim. Portia Reeves. Bachelor of Science in Operating Department Practice Apprenticeship, Melissa Brinker. Francis Costa. Jake Ellington. Shane Geogan. James Pollard. Magdalena Rogala. Alexandra Wilk. Justine Woodings. Diploma of Higher Education, Operating Department Practice, Jennifer Brown. Kate Frulet. Vikish Gay Divavu. Lucy Hardbridge. Jeswyn Joseph. Dexter Lowa. Vicky Minetti. Hannah Oliver. Joe Taylor. Nia Ridge Tigala. Zara Ward, Foundation Degree Assistant Practitioner, Sujahem Jolie. Nina Jahad. Kechi Obi. Alison Moody. Nina Uday. Jacqueline Lusala. Sana Adib. Nana Sarpong. Prydine Subo. Damilola Fashina. Ange Lognon. Finally, Vice-Chancellor and Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I'm pleased to present to you the student of the university who has received the award of Professional Doctorate Social Work for research into local authority targeted family support services, the experience of a sample of women who had experienced domestic abuse. Andelina Kadari. This concludes the presentation of awards.
Congratulations, everyone. I am now very pleased to introduce the graduate nominated to speak on behalf of you all. Please welcome Tara Singh.
Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my fellow graduates, I give our sincere thanks to Professor Nick Braisby for receiving the graduates of the School of Nursing, Midwifery and Allied Health. We are proud and fortunate to be here to celebrate the goal we have strived for since the beginning of our studies at BNU. We would like to thank our head of school, lecturers, dissertation supervisors, and all of the school supporting staff for their encouragement, motivation, inspiration and guidance, all of which have guided us along the journey to where we are today. A journey that was not always smooth, one that has brought along the way tears, panic and frustration, but also elation, pride and the making of lifelong friends. Graduates, I'd like to ask you all now to turn to the person next to you and give each other a high five, because you deserve it. In celebration of your amazing achievement, everyone in this room has shown incredible strength, resilience and compassion, completing your training within the midst of a global pandemic, no less. All of you have shown bravery and dedication, offering to continue your studies and going straight to the front line to care for others. Often this meant having to stay away from loved ones, work long hours, and still finding the time for essay writing, and counting and recounting placement hours. I'm glad that's over. All of this while combating life's usual challenges, such as childcare, family life, and part-time work. Together, we have experienced both bereavements and births, and we have made it here today together. Also, I'd like to thank BNU for working tirelessly to maintain our opportunity for learning and placement, creating innovative ways for us to maintain our course of study. Personally, I'd like to make a special thanks to David Rawcliffe. Not only our tutor, but our friend, who inspired us and believed in us before we believed in ourselves. You will be forever held close to our hearts. Thank you, David. Everybody in this room has a very unique and special gift to offer, and that gift is you. Always remember that every day you have the chance to make a difference in someone's life. This is a great privilege you have. Please don't take it lightly. Believe in yourself and your ability to make an impact, create change, and offer hope to those who need it. Walk beside them through their dark times and thank them for the lessons they teach us in return, and the gift they give us by allowing us into their life in their most vulnerable moments. Be kind, compassionate, and support each other. But also remember that you cannot give from an empty pot, so remember to take time for you. Friends, I know that each one of you will make a difference and do great things. Protect your pin. Finally, I would like to conclude by once again thanking Professor Nick Braisby for receiving the graduates of the School of Nursing, Midwifery and Allied Health, and also by congratulating Dr. Michael Hipkiss on your honorary award. Thank you.
Tara, thank you so much for that very inspiring speech on behalf of your fellow students. And many congratulations and very well done to all of you who have graduated today. You did it. Congratulations. So, having achieved your award, you now have your careers and many exciting new opportunities ahead of you. We wish you every success in everything you do, and in the months and years ahead, I hope that you will always carry with you fond memories of your time here at Buckinghamshire New University. So, before I finally close, let's plan our exit strategy. Graduates and their guests are invited for refreshments and to celebrate further at the university's campus. And in a moment, the platform party will process out of the theatre, followed by graduates and then their guests. On leaving the theatre, we encourage you to use all available exits, and please meet up with the graduates back at the campus as we celebrate their achievements. And as you leave the theatre, our university colleagues will be on hand to direct you. But first, let's have one final round of applause to congratulate our graduates. Thank you. I now declare this degree congregation and award ceremony closed. Please stand until the graduation procession and all the graduates have left the auditorium, and enjoy the rest of this very special day.